This has been an interesting summer, ladies and gentlemen. We've been struggling to figure out how to get videos back to being live, believe it or not, on this program. This program, which started off with videos, suddenly ran into a problem at the beginning of the summer. So we had to remove the videos as we tried to figure out what would be our next move. Luckily, I've now figured out the next move. And the next move is really simple. Believe it or not, I'm kind of silly for not figuring it out. I do YouTube enough. So YouTube actually does when you upload a video, it actually does a scanning for you, and it allows the program to search for anything that would be copyrighted. The same copyright notifications that I would then get later complaining to me that I used a copyright song can be accessed if you upload a video. So I'm basically using YouTube's own algorithm now, or program, to figure out if I'm allowed to post a video or not, which is now making it so I can play videos again. I'm pretty excited about it. So for those who don't know, BACKERPAUSE, I'll explain it really quickly. Started off as the concept that I did this show for a year. It was called Kickstarter Talk, the origin of where we are now. And I used to just play the videos and we'd end it. One day on New Year's, I think it was New Year's Eve, we wound up having the videos play. And all of a sudden, sorry, dust. All of a sudden, we just started commenting on. Chuck was on with me, and he gets credited for co-creating it, because we just started doing the science mystery theater thing. I'm surprised no one got mad at us for some of the things we said, but there was a magic and a gold in it. So what we do is we watch videos and we hit the pause button. Now, earlier in the year, we added the actual title, we added the image, and we added the pitch, and we talk about it. This is a great way to learn where the interest of even fellow creators are lost. Today's a special day. We're celebrating the videos being back. I invite everyone to take part on it. We're live on the YouTube channel where the StreamYard link is, and on the Facebook. Share. And I've got a great guest for you guys today. So this is not a me day, thank God. There's going to be a couple people coming in and out maybe, but I know we're starting off the program strong. We're bringing in Tom from COMiX. Welcome back to BACKERPAUSE, where we get to watch the videos again.
There you go.
So
all good stuff.
Yeah. Introduce yourself to the audience for those who might not know who you are.
So I am Tom. I am from COMiX. I'm the publisher and creator of the company. We specialize in giving people the opportunity to go from being a fan to a professional in the comic book industry. We've been around for over 20 years now, have put out a wide variety of different titles. And it's just something that, I don't know, it's running the comic book company is just something that I need to do. so it's just, there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just something I need to do. So I'm doing it. I sit there and find talent and help cultivate them and help them get their books out.
And what are we looking at today? Because I know you brought a project with you today.
So today I've got a Kickstarter right now of a series that we did a couple of years ago called Freak Meter. It was a 3-issue miniseries that we just did small print runs and sold them at cons and that kind of stuff. And then so what I decided to do is hey, I'm going to collect them together, collect the miniseries in a nice hardcover edition, and put it out there. And so we did that, and it's up there, and it's moving, but it definitely needs a little bit more nudge.
And give us the pitch for the book.
So the pitch is there's this guy Luke, and he's got really, really, really bad luck, but it's all of his own making. So he makes horrible decisions, and he just can't seem to get ahead of the game. He picks up a hitchhiker named Maggie, drives her down the road, only to find out, that she's been dead for 30 years, and she haunts that stretch of the highway. To where he then says, like, oh, that was weird, and then leaves. And then next morning, he finds out that she is bound to him, and she's still around. And she's like, I don't know, I've never had this. I've always just been on that stretch of highway. So it turns out that she is bound to him to make him less of an asshole. So... So it's a little Jiminy Cricket, a little bit of a road trip. and they run into a whole bunch of different supernatural type stuff along the way. And since Luke has made really poor choices in his life, they also have to deal with the repercussions of some of his choices over time. So it's a fun little miniseries. It's got the hardcover collection will have the entire miniseries plus a new story, additional artwork, behind the scenes type work, and very cool additional artwork by a bunch of cool artists.
Now, the whole point of this is to get each other's opinions. Since I'm here, I'll give you my opinion. But first, we're going to watch your video without pause. You get to, because you're a judge today, you get the entire video played without a pause. But we will be pausing videos today. Trust me, I'm here. So that I always pause videos, especially when they start pitching me what to buy, because that's for the sales section. I don't like when that's in there. So let's check out your video. I ran it through, but I never watched it, so I get to watch it for the first time then.
There we go.
Let's see. Short and simple. Now, here are the things that I would suggest to you. And remember, in this show, and this goes for anyone who's ever going to be on it and who's ever been on it, everyone's respectful, everyone's honest. We're all just humans. And trust me, I made a whole video today about how much of a screw up I am with Kickstarter and how I make mistakes. So I don't say this as anyone who considers themselves an expert. I'm a student of the game. The one thing, because I've done this before on the BACKERPAUSE program, is I didn't know what it was about. The pitch you just gave me so much more. I think you kind of relied too heavily on an audience that might or might not be connected to your Kickstarter. Because obviously you have the audience because you know you want to collect this. But are they connected to it? Because when it's Freak Meter gets collected, none of that tells me what Freak Meter is. But you're telling me about a hitchhiking ghost made to stop the hitchhiker, stop the Freak Meter guy from being the biggest asshole in the world. That's a pitch to me. Like, take my money. You just got me. I'm going to back it now. Like, you just won me over. You had that beautiful pitch. And, of course, you can't put asshole in the thing. You got to put a-hole. You know, like that. People do that and stuff. But that would be it. You know, like Freak Meter, you know.
Too much visual and not enough description.
Yeah, you know.
Kind of like that, yeah. I can see that.
And you want to tell the new people, because I didn't feel invited to this. To be honest with you, I felt like this was the cool kids thing, and I'm never the cool kid. Just to be clear, I am never the cool kid. So the minute I saw the cool kid thing, I was like, okay, it's not for me. But Freak Meter, that sounded like me. I mean, I've got a giant son that says free hugs and spanks. I was like, this has to be something about me. But and I did look at it on the program when we started reading the pitches. I was like, wait, no, this has got legs. This is something good. And we started looking at the hitchhiker and all that. So I think you still have time, and I stress this to everyone, guys, just because you're not doing great on any given day doesn't mean you can't adjust as you go. One of the things I know that people tell me too is don't have a lot of art in your actual image. And we'll look at different images that different campaigns are doing, because they say it gets too noisy. And if you have writing, I know this for a fact, algorithms kick your ass for it.
What do you mean?
That you will literally there are bots that go out and now look at your image, and if it has any writing in it, they downgrade your post because they can't read the writing. Not all the bots for the algorithms can read what you are writing due to different fonts.
Right.
So they just get rid of it. So if you can have a picture without any words, is what I'm told is the best until the last couple of days of your campaign when you've built the momentum, because you want to end strong. But hitchhiking ghost and stuff like that. Anything if you have these pictures, the art without any words, there you go. That her being dragged to the water.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and I can tell you from experience, it's actually true. You know, and if you can get that good pitch right up top, because I always say this, and I'm sure you've done many Comic-Cons at this point.
Yeah.
This is a Comic-Con moment. When they pass by you, you've got 4 to 5 seconds to really make them slow down and look at you. And if you give them any reason to pause, hence BACKERPAUSE,
Right.
So at the show, it's buyer pause.
Right. Yeah.
You're gonna go away. If you go freak meters collected, they're like, oh shit, I gotta buy a collection.
And give a little bit more description right up there on the top level.
Especially collected, that means they're gonna have to go on their purse heavy.
Right.
So you want to avoid words like that. You know what I mean? Also, I'd suggest a $1 like just get to know me pledge, where you can literally charge $1 for like a preview, 5-6 pages, something like that. You might not get them today, but you'll collect them later.
Right.
Because you'll win them over with those pages. I mean, because like this was one of those things. I mean, you have that skull card right here. This is it. This image right here, I think should be your image. Black on each side of the thing, him dead center. And just maybe even sneak in a freak meter, but a little smaller so the algo can't find it as easy. Put it on a card, maybe, just at the top of a card, and then people will know and they'll run to it. Because this is interesting, and you should have way more than what you have right now. Like,
well, that's what I was hoping for, but yeah, you're right. It's the interesting thing with the artwork and no letters is strange and interesting, but I guess that makes sense because I guess it's one of those things that it didn't occur to me, but at the same time, you don't want to be giving away too much at the same time.
Oh yeah, it's a struggle. It always is.
Yeah. I have all those images without text. I mean, I have the entire book, so I can easily switch all that stuff out.
Yeah, because what it is the image is the what we've discovered over the last couple months, especially expanding to the images.
Mm-hmm.
This year, at the beginning of the year, we went to talking about the images, and every guest I have says they want something that'll stop them.
Right.
So it's that poster. What would you put on a banner to stop someone? What is the image that gets the person to stop in front of your table? And that really, like, when it was explained to me that way, and I'm so sorry I forgot who said it, and I feel bad for it, but I do so many of these shows. I don't remember, but whoever you are a genius because it stayed with me. You might and I still know who you are. I just left it. I don't remember who said it. But they were like, yeah, because I have the big free hugs and spank sign. They were like, I don't understand why you don't get it because you do so much on your table. Why aren't you doing that on your campaigns?
Right.
And I was like, oh, damn. Like, because when we post on social media, it's a different mentality.
Yeah. Because everything's already there at your fingertips. Like if somebody sees something and they want to follow up, they can.
Yeah.
Whereas, at a show, they can't. It's like if you don't grab them, they're gone and they may never come back. Whereas on social media, they're still there potentially. And
you can always try again. You can always. That's what I love about the Kickstarter platform.
Yeah.
You adjust because I've had campaigns that should have died and never came back that I was able to resurrect by changing some things up and wording.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
Because I always say this: if it's not working, try something else. We were talking about this beforehand, Tom.
Yeah.
And I'm going to let everyone watching this into a little secret. July is the worst month in the world for me to campaign. I'm not kidding you. First off, I don't like the summer because I think everyone's distracted. I just think that's a thing. Yep. My mom literally had a stroke one year. Another year, someone else in the campaigns, someone died. This year, I found out my son has to have surgery, and he's going to have it this Wednesday. So I hate July. Like when I was younger, my dad died in July. The only thing good about July is July 4th and my sister's birthday. And after that, I'm like this trying to get out of July.
Well, yeah, I was talking to Kevin McCoy, who he's a great artist and he's done his own Kickstarters and that kind of stuff. And he was saying, yeah, everyone's outside in July. He's like, regardless of where you live, July is the time to be outside away from your computer. And it didn't even occur to me. And I was like, God damn it. He's smart and I'm not,
Now I'm going to give you guys another tip. And this is free, so no refunds.
No refunds.
No refunds. August is actually a good time to crowdfund if you wait till the middle of it. Why is that? College kids.
Yeah,
college kids are back in school. So is Florida. Some of the hotter states are back in school. And or parents are now looking online to get ready to go back to school and looking to shop for deals. The thing is that social media drops. That's why you don't have, if you notice on network TV, even the major networks are not pushing any more of the summer shows.
Right.
They have given up on the summer shows that they were doing even just 2 years ago because there was the, whatever you want to call it, because I don't say the P word, because then we can get like a bot to look at this video and it slows it down.
Right.
There was troubles. We had some troubles, and then they got used to doing the summer program, and now nothing. And I watched that. You guys have got to look beyond comics, because the people setting the trends in Hollywood aren't always right, but they watch them fail and watch them succeed. We should
right.
Everyone's so quick to rip down Marvel and DC. Oh, they canceled that after 5 issues. Some of you need to cancel your book when it ain't working after 5 issues. I know
that is definitely true. Yeah.
I know dudes out there on issue 12. I don't get why I only get 2 backers in all my campaigns. Honey, it's not working. Have an idea, chop it up. Maybe even, I hate reboots, but sometimes we're better than when we started. You know what I mean? It's just,
well, I mean, if you're a good human, you're learning as you go along. You're learning more every single time. So, not saying that I enjoy reboots, but you know that. But there are times where you learn more than you knew previously, and so sometimes you can apply that. You know.
Yep. And like I said, I'm a student of the game. It's always changing. Algorithms are a challenge. We were talking about 9 years ago. Kickstarter was when it was brand new out of the box, something completely different. That was when Facebook actually supported creators.
Yeah.
And you could share it. Like, now Facebook's dead. I don't think anyone backs from Facebook.
I don't know. I mean, it's so weird. The social media now is just completely changed and shifted to where I don't know if you can even garner any kind of foot traffic anymore from social media. You know, I think I think every single thing has dropped so much that you have to use all of it to get anything.
I can tell you what's hot. You want to know what's hot right now?
TikTok.
Reels.
Yeah, Reels, but that's only because of the fact that Instagram is so annoying. Because they've
not
changed
Instagram Reels.
Not Instagram Reels?
Reels.
But are they one and the same?
You can integrate where they go from 1 to 2, but if you start on Facebook right now, because Meta's got a real need to hurt TikTok.
Gotcha.
So they're investing a lot into their Reels. You're right. Instagram Reels, I don't get the same things. I have one video 28,000, another video 29,000 views, another 80,000 views. I've got thousands of views. Right now, we're on TikTok right now. At one point, we had like 8 or 9 people just randomly watching us on TikTok, checking out what we're doing here. So that, and you know this, it's awareness. 90% of what we do the first time we post it, we don't expect someone to back it. If you're expecting someone to back on the first time they see it, you're not understanding the environment.
Right. Right. And that's one of the things, like, we have a whole bunch of people who have saved the campaign, and it just drives me bonkers because I look at that number grow and I'm like, oh,
I hate it.
And that conversion number makes no sense. None whatsoever.
I will say this, and this has happened to me, so this is genuine, and I understand it. But the worst text message, email message you can get 24 hours after your campaign ends, can I give you money for the campaign now? I forgot to back it.
Oh my
God.
God.
Granted, if you can get it through somehow, because you can't do it through PayPal now, because then you're going to have to pay a percentage of it, or they pay it. If they pay it, then you're fine. But if you have to pay it, then you lose money. So there's no clear way. Usually what I tell people to do is like, look, man, I'll hook you up with the PDF. You like what you see, back my next campaign.
That's smart.
That's smart.
Like a little bit of, promotion situation. The worst part is so I did the Nira X campaign, for the last couple issues, and I'm still getting people who are emailing me, I missed issue 2. Can I back it? And I'm like, we did issue 2 and 3, and that was months ago. Where have you been?
But that's true. Our fans do disconnect with us. The average comic book fan doesn't intentionally disappear. They get busy with life.
Yeah, no, that's completely, that's 100% true.
You know how many email lists that these guys are on? Like, I'm on freaking 150 email. I'm not kidding.
Wow.
150. And I get these things from my friends, and and you know what makes it horrible for me, Tom? I now hate making an email to send out to mass people because I know I don't like it. So when I was talking to my partner, I was like, we have to change how we do email lists for Continuum Comics. I was like, I want to do something that's interesting. Let's give them something fun. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, let's take pictures, goofy pictures of us doing stupid things. Let's add something like that. Let's show our humanity. We'll show some things from comic book advocates. Give them something. No longer just this, because I feel so weird about just pitching, because I feel like I'm pandering, and that's on me. I understand I'm in an industry
Well,
where I got to pander a little
no,
bit.
but at the same time, you're right, because if you pitch, if all you do is pitch, you become white noise to the person.
Mhm.
You know, and I think you're absolutely right about, you know, putting in silly photos or doing something different. And, you know, I was going to say, actually, what would be might be interesting on the next, you know, email newsletter thing is you have a YouTube link to a video of you talking about what would be in that email. Like, instead of read, you know, having them read an email, just be like, have it just be a link, and then they click on it, and it's you going, okay, well, this is what would have been in the email if I took the time to type it out. But it's not. So here I am going to tell you it all, you know, all the information.
Laziness. Like
Yeah,
I
but
really do it. I like that. I'm going to do that.
but I mean, that, you know, you're right, because it's, I think too often with creatives, and I hear this a lot with influencers and all this, people forget they're people, you know, and it becomes very easy to think they're just constructs.
Yeah, and you know, trends. I'm not
Yeah.
a trend guy. I still wear the same shit I was wearing in the '90s. I can't get the same clothes. Whenever I have to go back to shopping, something wore out. I'm like, how come where are all the black clothes? Because I grew up when the black clothes was everywhere. Now it's like they have color and shit. I get black and red. Why? Why can't I just get black shorts? What's up with this? I would be a cartoon character if I could be.
Right, just wearing the same thing every single time.
Only living in Florida has made me wear colors because it's so hot, or I would be like, that's it, just the guy in black. I would
Yep.
be going around. So
I'm Johnny Cash Jr. Have a nice day.
right, like I understand him completely. But this looks amazing, and I definitely think that you should be getting a different audience. I think if you work on your pitch and really look at it,
Yeah, no, that's great information. I'm totally going to change up that first, you know, area of description, replace all the images, um, and then probably change around. I'll talk to the guy who made my video and find out if I can change the video a little bit and do,
even if
you know.
even something clever like take Freak Meter with you to college. Something like that might get a younger audience and people who take it to college. Why would I take a? Oh shit! Well, I got to see why I got to take it. Freak Meter in college, you know?
Yeah,
Make
that's
it
true.
fun. I do that a lot. Like some, and I'll let you look at my campaign since I did yours. You can do mine, and you can beat me up. So your turn in 1 minute. So we'll switch over to mine. But yeah, this is you know, looking at this, I didn't get it, but when you said that Jiminy Cricket line, oh, that
Yeah.
was it. Light bulb went off, and I was like, I need this in my life. Like I'm gonna wind up backing.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. There's not enough description about what the series is, and I am quote unquote relying on the fact that the series has been out for a while. You know, it'd be different if it was, you know, Spider-Man's black costume story gets collected. Enough people know that what that is to where they could just go ahead and buy it.
But
You
remember,
know?
even Marvel tries. Like this is again looking at the big boys when they
Yeah.
like that. They talk about it being the Venom saga suddenly.
Right.
They give it like a new name that it
Yeah.
never had, and people are like, "Did they add shit?" Like, and you buy it because you buy it. Like, wait a minute, did I miss something in this? You read the whole thing, and you're like, "No, it's the same thing," but I still like it, so I'm okay with owning it.
Yeah, because we're suckers, you know.
Some people remember we have a. I always say this to people: 90% of the time, when it comes to Kickstarters, you have a rotating audience because eventually
Right.
some people get burnt out on Kickstarter. They get some bad comic books. It's sad, but
Yeah.
it happens. That's why I always say with Continuum Comics, quality is going to come first. We're going to make sure to give you the best we can at the time that we are doing it. And you
Yep.
should see us get better as we go. The whole, like you said, Tom, it's always about getting better, isn't it?
Yeah, it's always about learning. It's always about understanding more and more.
All right. So
So.
I promised that I did his. Now he gets to do mine. So this this week's, because I do weekly theme. So
Okay.
this is this week's theme. Next week, right before it ends, right before my son actually goes for surgery on Tuesday, I'll switch it to the final one because then I'm just going to be worried about him. And we end on Friday. So it'll be an image of like probably a lot of the characters all together. And I'll
Gotcha.
clean the final thing. And I always suggest to clean up your Kickstarter before it ends because if you don't do it, that's going to be part of it forever. There's no editing your campaign once it's over.
Right, right. So then it ends on not being the best it could be.
Yeah, so if someone told
Yeah.
you about a typo, fix the damn typo because they do not get rid of Kickstarters.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to play my video, then we'll talk about the pitch I have, and then you can tell me what you think of it.
Awesome.
Ready for it? So this is going to have 3 different videos. Since this is going to be the last video I do, I put 3 different elements. So you'll see the breaks. Each one was their own video for a week.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
So just to give you a heads up if you notice a weird thing, because this is the just to give you some reference point. Continuum Comics has imprints, but through Continuum itself, we do Continuum Presents, which brings like an anthology feel, except they're pilots. There's something new. They're a way to test market things. So that's why this is going to be the video it is, because it's different stories. But I'm done. Check it out. Tell me what you think.
The Expanse presents Wolf and Fox. Former superhero lovebirds now turn cold with each other due to a painful divorce. Tasked to co-parent the city they both love. But the biggest challenge isn't the bad guys, it's fighting the desire to rip into each other. Now as Wolf crosses into Fox's territory, a toe-to-toe situation's about to go down. Check out Wolf and Fox and all the other characters contained within The Expanse by looking below at the campaign.
While not much is yet known about this new superhero, the Influencer, what is known is that he clearly wants influence over social media, the residents of this lower income area that he's protecting, and that he likes the spotlight. It's a battle of brawn versus brain as the world's only superheroes manager, Jenna, has been taken by the Thinker, and time is running out. It's a mad dash to get to her before things get out of hand, and the world's only superhero loses his manager forever. What do you think?
You know, the main thing, just like what you said beforehand, when you explained it, that was 3 different videos, and that the Expanses, you know, your pilot program, that would have helped, I think, if that was somehow done in the voiceover. Because it almost seems like, because it is clearly three different stories. It looks like 3 different comics. So I'm not sure in terms of campaign wise what I'm actually backing. You know.
Okay, no, that makes good sense actually.
And then the last one, I don't know if it's going to be a black and white book, but I do know that with comic books, black and white is a really hard upsell. You know, it's an uphill sell. And so if you have color pieces for that, I would definitely suggest putting that in there, or mention, you know, that the story is going to be in color. So when they, you know, so that way when they back it, they know that, you know, what the finished product's going to look like.
I'll say this. Its coloring is more like Sin City,
and
there's a reason for it, and that reason is way, way off. So I can't even hint to why, but when people understand it, they're going to be like, "Oh," and it's there's a good reason. I promise. Like this is planned out. I'm sure you have those moments where you.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely, and of course you don't want to give away everything, you know, in the trailer, so to speak, right? Like, you know.
And this is just short. This is part 2 of a story that's already been out, and this is a hard one. I actually learned this. I've never done a part 2 in an anthology before. So what we're doing is we're trying to combine the first 3 releases from Continuum Comics. We'll never do this again. This is only because they're the first 3. We wanted to make them a triangle. But pitching a part 2 is a lot harder because people are like, well, what if I didn't get part 1? What if I, like, do I need to get part 1 now? And yeah, technically you need part 1. So it almost forces them. So this is something I learned the hard way. Like it'll do great on the Comic-Con scene. Right. The Kickstarter, people are like, this is confusing to me.
So what I did, because when we did the Near X campaign, we did issue 1 just as a regular, you know, publishing type scenario. I paid for it, the whole 9 yards, got it printed up. And then right as I was going to go to, you know, do the cons and that kind of stuff, we got hit with the pandemic. So with issue 2, we did the Kickstarter, and since it was in issue 2, we just added issue 1 in. We just pretty much said like, hey, your campaign dollars immediately get you issue 1 and issue 2. And it was mostly because of the fact that we had already had issue 1 printed up, and it was just sitting there as dead stock because, you know, we didn't have an outlet to move it at that point. I know it's a little bit, you know, different that you don't want to just be giving away stuff, especially that first issue of the Enter the Continuum. That was a thick book, you know, but maybe have it be a tier. I don't know if you do have it as in there as a as an added tier, or like you were saying, maybe that's one of the dollar campaign things.
Oh no, you can get it.
Yeah,
We do all different things, but again, it's a live and learn scenario, and we always get better. We didn't expect this one to make millions. I would expect it to be doing a little better than it is, to be transparent. But we didn't expect this one to be big. So again, Wolf and Fox is getting their whole series run later this year. The first issue is going to drop, so you're going to get it all. Even Heroing is going to get their full issue by the end of the year. So a lot of people might also be like, well, then what do I need the other ones? And there are two other stories in here, which are the second part of the Redeemers, which is what I was talking about. We're not even going heavy into them right now, just because there's to tell, like you said, sometimes you're giving too much away. Yeah. So we're going to rely on other things. So we made it confusing, and I own it, because this we talked about this beforehand. I kind of went full speed into something without making the plan I should have made.
Right.
And I own it. But again, and this is the disconnect. I am great at Comic-Cons. And sometimes I take that Comic-Con mentality too much to Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Like you said, this is social media. This is different. This is people get to stare at something for a little longer. But I thought the image I chose for this one is pretty good. But it is black and white. I didn't even get the highlights of colors for Sin City in this one, so I was nervous about that.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm changing the image over either tomorrow or Tuesday for the last couple days, definitely. Yeah. But I think let me know what you think of the pitch. Now, this is my weekly pitch that changes. Expanse, a heroing battling of Brawn versus Brain to rescue Jenna. You have to know the first issue. I own that. That was on purpose. That was to get old backers back. So I actually did that one on purpose. But this is what I was proud of. A wrestler's journey of heroics continues while another hero protects the hood as others seek redemption and tear into each other. I thought that was clever wordplay. What do you think?
That's good. That's good. It actually, what the funny thing is that the way you lay it out, it actually almost sounds like it's one story, which is nice. You know, I mean, it's funny because the video element was slightly disjointed because, like you said, there were different video segments that you had chopped up, and then put into one, whereas the text description is very cohesive. So that makes it a little, but no, that's a good tagline. I guess the only thing from somebody who's not familiar with it is the Hero X. Who is that or what is that? So
Heroics was the other release. It was.
Gotcha. What up, Kurt?
Hey, how we doing?
What's going on, buddy? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, keeping busy. Always something going on.
Well, Tom, I knew you said you only had a half an hour, and I've
taken
an hour.
I'm gonna leave you with good hands with Kurt there.
I appreciate it.
If anybody is watching who's going to be at San Diego, I will be at L09. So come by and say hi.
Nice.
I'll have the Troublemakers Mog and On with me. So
cool, very cool.
Have a great show. Make sure to share that in the Comics Newswire, because I'm gonna do the forecast tomorrow. So
awesome. All right, guys.
Great hanging out with you, man.
Yep, good talking. I'm gonna make those changes. Thank you for the advice.
Thank you. You're welcome, man. Appreciate
Bye.
it. What's going on, Kurt? Good evening or hello. I don't know what time zone you're in.
Yeah, it's still morning here.
Okay.
So yeah.
I know you're in America, so you can't be further than me because I'm in the East Coast. So
okay.
So I should have. Whatever. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Good to be here. Thanks for taking me on a little bit later.
No, you're good.
Had some doggy stuff to take care of this morning. So
hey, we all got to get that done. So for those who don't know, and I'm being rude here, go ahead and introduce yourself, and I'm going to pull up your campaign.
Sure. Thank you. My name's Kurt Zauer. I'm an indie comic book writer. This is my fourth launch on Kickstarter for issue number 4. Basically, it's the series Spectrus and Sabanian. It's a supernatural thriller about the ghost of Cleopatra's top assassin trying to push her way back into the modern world of the living. So she's a ghost that's lived for centuries and feels her time is right to to find purpose and create a living identity. But she's also bound by an ancient curse to a demon named Sabanian. He's a burning engine of destruction. So as she pushes more in the world of living, she's got to drag along Sabanian and figure out how to handle him. So
you want to watch the video and talk about it some more?
Yeah, cool. That'd be great.
So let's get this video played for all you guys to watch. We'll be right back.
Vengeance. Vengeance. Vengeance!
Do you happen to be a fan of Groot?
You know what? I'm sorry. That wasn't my video.
Oh, which video was that?
Lady Vengeance.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have the wrong thing up. Well, what did you think of that video?
It was definitely cool. Yeah. Here, let me put the.
No, I have it. It's just that I scrolled down the wrong screen. I have two screens open. There we are.
That's the one, right?
Sorry, it was on my other screen, and then I came back and looked at you, and it was showing that. So I just, like a Muppet, I just played what was on the screen. Didn't think of the name.
No problem.
But what did you think of that one? Since we already played it,
it was cool. It was rather haunting. Yeah. That was pretty intense.
Apparently, there's vengeance involved.
Yes, definitely.
I promise this is the one. This is
all right.
Here we go. Because I'm actually looking this time at the title and making sure. Let's try this one again.
Hi, I'm Kurt Sauer, writer and creator of Spectrus and Sabanian. I'm back with issue number 4, a harrowing account of Anexi's final days in ancient Egypt.
In this chapter, she hopes to make a human friend and spins the tale of her tragic death and rebirth. But is she being honest, or is she concealing the true horrors of her past? This story brings together my love of ancient Egypt, the supernatural, and gritty action. I was fascinated with the idea of a hero from those times in the modern world. As an Army Guard veteran, I also touch on the hardships, pressures, and camaraderie that come with military service. My Kickstarter goal is to fund the first print run of Spectrus and Sabanian issue number 4. The art is complete and currently being colored and lettered. I'm trying to raise $5,000 to cover printing and art costs for this issue.
And that's why I've come to Kickstarter. After 3 successful campaigns, I'm back, continuing the story for returning fans and new fans looking for magic, murk, and mayhem. For this launch, I'm offering more great art by great artists. Your custom art requests can be brought to life by Louis Bravo, Mog Park, Topper Helmers, An Vu, and remarks by Chris Enoch. And for the first time, you can be featured as a character in Spectrus and Sabanian. Interior artist Topper Helmers will draw your likeness into a page of issue number 5, and you'll get that original page of art to keep. Thank you so much for your support. This wouldn't be possible without you. We're 4 issues into the first story arc, and the characters are coming more and more to life. Thank you for coming on this journey with me. So please, choose a pledge level and check out the additional goodies in the add-ons section. The Moon Crew is still counting on you.
Now, if you tell me that wasn't your video, I'm out of here.
That's the one. That's it.
That looks awesome, dude. I love the art. As you guys can see, I pulled up the campaign. Check out some of the art on this. How did this come to be?
Well, this is an idea I've had rolling around for years. I've been working on it since around really 2016. You know, I'm a gamer. I'm a tabletop gamer, and the character Anexi was something I kind of created in that genre. So I wanted to, you know, after some pushing by some friends and things like that, I wanted to, you know, try it out as a comic book, and it's been going well so far. So as long as people keep wanting it, I certainly have enough ideas to keep it going for quite a while. So, you know, ancient Egypt, the mythology, the art, the history, they all fascinate me. So I wanted to have a hero from that time period.
And you have some great cover artists joining you on this, don't you?
Yeah, I've been lucky. The graphic there for Chris's cover still got to be updated. That should be done today. But Anvu, CB Zane, Christina Mockpark, and Ivan Tao. I've had great luck with them, and great art. Yeah.
Now, this looks like a great campaign that's getting a lot of love. What is this current storyline getting ready to become something collected? Is this more of an ongoing, just let it go until it goes type scenario, or is this heading towards a trade?
I'll probably do 2 more issues before the trade. The first story arc will run 6 full issues. So then after that I'll look at collecting it in a trade and maybe even a hardcover. We'll see.
How are we doing with the stretch goals? Like, what do you need from the people to get you? What's the stretch goal you want? So we're at 5,000. You successfully funded. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you. We have hit the first stretch goal, $5,500. We've hit it honestly about 2 or 3 times because I've had people drop, and that part's a little, it's the nature of the beast. That's Kickstarter, people back and they drop. So I've hit probably the 5,500 mark probably about 2 or 3 times, and every time I put it up there, it drops back. So yes, we have officially cleared the $5,500 stretch goal, and right now by $35, so it's still a tad tentative, but I'm not entirely worried about it. I do expect we should probably hit at least 6,000 here when all is said and done. So we'll get at least 2 stretch goals on there.
Oh man, I'm excited for that. I'm going to wind up backing this because I saw the art. The problem running this program is so often I forget to back it because I'm always talking about it.
Well, there's always so many great projects. It's hard to get to all of them.
I'm going to give this to my sister as a gift. She's a comic book fan and she loves the Egyptian era.
Oh yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, she'll like this then. And this particular issue is the ghost. She's kind of created this identity for herself. She can make herself look solid and so on and so forth. She kind of retells the tale of her last days in ancient Egypt. So my interior artist Topper really brings ancient Egypt to life in this issue. So it's kind of a flashback to those times, and the last days of Cleopatra and Octavian, the Roman emperor that comes in to take over Egypt. That's all covered in this issue. So
Well, I'm going to try to get the printed catch-up edition. So if I'm going to do this, you want to do it right, especially if it's a gift. And I don't think enough people think about Kickstarter as a great way to get gifts for people. I do it all the time.
It is. It's great for any comic book fans. You know, you can back it, you can get whatever, and then you can throw on it. You know, there's add-ons available now. Kickstarter added that feature. I think everybody's up to stuff on that. But you know, you can get a little extra something for yourself too, as an add-on if you want to get just a single issue. So yeah, everything there, virgin covers, extra issues, those are all available as well.
And it's free shipping on your tier right there. I don't even know if I'm signed in, but that's pretty cool. That's an important thing. How important do you think it is because now we're looking at sort of an economic downturn? Has that kind of affected anything that you've been thinking about?
Excuse me. I try to keep, the prices as low as I can. But, printing's an issue. I've been chatting with some people on the project. I had a guy in Australia that really wanted to get in on it, but, I think it was $30 to ship to Australia. So, I mean, that's really disappointing. It's tough, and I understand with the times are tough right now, and you probably can't pay an extra $30, just to get it shipped. So, but locally here in the United States, all the shipping costs are included in the pledge tier price. So,
and one of the things I like is that we got to show them all the different add-ons that came with the project. This is so important that everyone knows this about the campaigns, that you can now add extra things to it. Be mindful of that, right?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, if you're buying a gift for someone and you want to just get, hey, I want to get, a separate cover or a virgin cover, that's the way to do it. That's the way to add on just that little piece. And again, that I don't charge full prices for add-ons. So, the full pledge price is one thing, but then you can get an extra copy for $6. So that's not too outrageous, I think.
That's like a table price. I mean, if you're going to do it anyway, you might as well pick up a copy, right?
Right.
Yeah, especially with free shipping, because if I'm going to get the free shipping by getting the bigger package, why not get myself something while I'm there for just a few extra bucks, right?
There you go. Yeah, it works out. It works out well for backers and for me too. That little extra issue isn't going to really cost me a whole lot for shipping, so it's a win-win.
It just slipped right in.
That's right.
So I don't know how busy you are today. You got time to look at some other people's videos and give some opinions?
Yeah, let's check them out. Why not?
All right. So one of the more exciting ones that we have, I like your project. Obviously, I don't really have much to talk to you about it. So well done, because I thought it was put together well. I've even the one thing I want to know is, how do you say her name? So I always say Beyond, but I think I'm saying it wrong, right?
Sabanian.
Sabanian. I have to write that down.
It's like Sebastian, but without the ST. Sabanian.
Sabanian. I've been saying it wrong for weeks.
It's funny. I always second guess myself. Should his name be in the title? Maybe I should have just called it Spectrus. Because trust me, you're not the only one. It's kind of a mouth garble to say that name, but once I always throw it out there at every person that approaches my table at a show, so they get the pronunciation. But yeah, no, it's cool.
All right, so we're gonna do something fun now, because we're having fun today. Videos are back. We get to play videos. I'm so happy about that. Kurt's one of the people I had to read all the stuff I had to write to make sure that we could have videos on the show. So he knows that a little work went into it, but now we get to play. So here we go. And these are the campaigns that are still we haven't talked about. We don't have a video for Sword and Sorcerer, but that's now an Indiegogo, and time's actually running out. And they are collecting it. The cult movie. That looks cool. So you get to pick the video we get to watch. We have from Terry Funk, the hardcore wrestling biography. Are you a wrestling fan?
Not really, no.
We'll scroll on by. We have Cloud Raider Tales, which is a 65-page action-packed adventure in full color. There's no video here, but it looks great.
That actually is great, and Topper Helmers is my interior artist.
There you go.
So, yeah, I think he's got like a half hour left on that project. So
he's ending. Yeah, he's got less than a half an hour, so now is the time. Did you guys do any cool crossover thing or not really?
No, his genre is quite a bit. It's kind of more of a whimsy, fantastical genre, and I'm more suspense horror. So, but it's a fun. I actually did a little editing on it. It's a fun story, and it's anthropomorphic animal pirates in the sky. So it's a blast. It's a lot of fun.
He had me at first officer Wolfie. You have Expanse, which includes Jenna, who's trying to be, she's part of a battle of brawn versus brain. She's trying to get rescued. Wolf and Fox, a divorced duo trying to co-parent a city together, all part of the Expanse this go around. This is we've identified, this is definitely your project now. You're in the video, you can't tell me it's not your video. The 13th Labor, which we don't have access to a video for, but this is a story of a girl gods, ghosts, aliens, and intergalactic tournament of champions. Sean Keenan over in Australia. Speaking of Australia, he's actually from Australia.
Yeah, I know Sean, yeah.
And you know Thomas, he was just here. Tom was just talking to us about his creation, Freak Meter. This one's pretty exciting. Chrissy and Joel Rodriguez, Dust County Chronicles. If you're into horror, this is it. It's a 32-page comic continuing the story of Laura's haunting journey through the dangerous towns of Dusk County. I always say Dust for some reason. We have Scarlet Huntress, The Reckoning. It's the 5th issue of Scarlet's Revenge story, and it's a climactic end in Reckoning. What opens the door to journeys and trials. And I always say when I read that, spoilers, now I know that she survives or something, like, come on, I wanted some suspense. This I've already backed. This is on the collection. This goes to Jax, my 7-year-old son. Yeah, and he's the reason we're doing this on Sunday now, BACKERPAUSE, because he has surgery this week. So I'm definitely going to spoil that kid a little bit. The kindergarten.
Oh, yeah. Hope he's okay.
He should be. After Wednesday, a week or two of healing. That's why we're going to be off for 2 weeks, because I want to dedicate all my time. Like, my son comes, like, when I say my son, I know some parents say their son come or their kids come first. No, mine really do. Like, I'll stop everything for my son.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, that's it. The world halts until I know he's okay. So I'll be taking some time away. Probably be on social media, because I'll be nervously tapping away or trying to be, spending some time next to him. And, you get bored a little bit, but I won't have time for videos or any deep stuff.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah.
The Kindergartners, the all ages superhero comics series from Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics. And then you saw this video, Vengeance, which is pretty cool. Vengeance, that's what we learned. The red ghost of the night known as Miss Vengeance. And so what did you see in the list that really stuck out to you? What pitch got it for you?
Oh, I think I think Scarlet Huntress looks pretty cool. That's a great image there, kind of with the hood, the red, the swords, the wolves, that's pretty cool. Let's check that one out.
Let's see it. Here we go. Now remember, this is BACKERPAUSE. So if for some reason the video doesn't, you just feel the BACKERPAUSE, like, nah, I'm not feeling this video, just raise your hand and I'll bring you back out and we'll talk about why you paused the video. And away we go.
pretty cool. You had to really stay on top of the text there. It ran a little fast, but no, I like that. I like that trade. That trade is an interesting idea where you've got all the different writers and the art and all that collected in one issue. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah, he has beautiful art. Great guy.
Yeah.
I've met him a few times. Look forward to working with him at one point, hopefully. I think he's at a show next weekend. He might even be at San Diego Comic-Con, the big one.
Okay.
We'll find out when I'm doing the forecast later on, because I know he always tells me where he's going, so I'll have him on. So let me ask you, back to your projects. I want to talk a little bit more about it. Have you been able to, because I know some people haven't necessarily gotten their books fully out yet because of the last couple of years, but I know you've been at a couple shows. So how do the fans receive this? How is the journey of selling this to real people going?
It's going great. There's nothing. What's really great is meeting a Kickstarter backer at a show. You know, Kickstarter, it's a great platform, but you don't ever get to really interact with people beyond, a message here and there. But when I get somebody coming up and say, hey, I got your book, and or they bring an issue in for signing, Mog and Chris were at the last show I was at, my cover artists, and they bring them in and get them signed by me or by Mog or Chris. And it's just great. It's satisfying. It's great to see the people behind the pledges, But yeah, really, conventions are my primary way of getting the word out, meeting people, gaining some traction, and getting the Kickstarters going. So without conventions and meeting people face to face, it just wouldn't happen, to be honest. It wouldn't work for me. So.
Yeah, there's nothing like the excitement of someone picking up your book and you see that the book itself is winning them over, and you don't have to use words for it.
Yeah.
And CB Zane did an amazing job with his cover, and I honestly thought that was Harley Quinn. The first time I saw the one on the bottom right corner, I thought that was Harley Quinn on the cover. It was so good. I thought it was a DC comic.
Yeah, that's Ivan. He's done, I think, at least one or two covers for DC. He does a lot of the comic shop exclusive covers, but I think he's been published like a Deathstroke. What was it? Deathstroke Black Canary. I think he did a cover for DC, and yeah, I'm thrilled. He did one for my issue 3 as well, which also is just gorgeous, But yeah, that's a great, with Spectrus in the background, and then Cheska, who's a college student. It's the person that Nexi's trying to connect with to make a human connection with. So she's telling her the story of her last days in ancient Egypt. And Cheska's a badass, of course. They all want to join this team of tough archaeologists that recover stolen artifacts from bad people. So.
No, I mean, the artwork in it, dude, this is just a winner. This has been one of the projects that it looks like it belongs on the shelf with any other comic. You know what I mean? It's got that feel that this at any point could just have someone else's logo slapped on it and you're ready to go to the comic book store.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
This is, and like I said, I officially did it because I used my phone. So I didn't have to sign in on it. Air and anyone sees my passwords. I don't trust you people watching this video.
That's right. It's probably, yeah.
I know my sister will love it. She loves the Egyptian stuff. I wasn't much of an Egyptian person, though. I do think aliens had something to do with the pyramids. That's all I'll say. And leave it at that.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, if you like Predator versus this, I want to see it, Kurt. Make it happen. But this is an amazing project. Do you want to go back and watch another couple of videos?
Yeah, sure. What was that? That one horror that haunted or Nightfall or something?
Yes. Oops, wrong way. I'm scrolling the wrong way. Here it is. Nightfall. Dust.
There we go.
Chronicles.
That looks cool.
Let's check this out.
was intense.
I still wish there was voiceover. I would have liked a good growly deep voice.
Yeah, but the soundtrack was amazing. That heartbeat and the intense music, that was amazing.
Yeah, and check out the art in this project. There we go with that.
Sorry, Dad.
It's okay, baby. My son is eager to do Legos today.
Okay.
He's like, "What are you still doing on, man?" You told me a half an hour, which I didn't, but he's at that age where he just makes up times. Yeah, but this art is awesome. I've read the stories. He's a good writer, solid writer, great letterer, Joel. And this is an interesting. I don't like horror stuff, and I like this. He actually ruined. He didn't tell me he was doing something that was kind of a spoof of a character that gave me nightmares. Nightmare on Elm Street has forever messed me up. I don't ever sleep right anymore. I don't trust dreams. I don't trust them.
Yeah, when I was younger, the slasher genre was big, and somebody told me, "Oh, you got to see Nightmare on Elm Street." I was like, it's probably just another slasher, but it wasn't. It was
Horrific.
Yes, it was. I thought it would just be another, stalker slasher, but it was, a new take, and it was awesome. I haven't, of course, watched it in years, but I watched I went to the theater and saw all the sequels and everything, and yeah, I gotta say, Freddy is I'm a fan, so I love that different angle on the boogeyman. Yeah.
No, okay. I'm good. Never watching another one of them. I'm good. Never watching another one of them. No,
I'm a bit behind. I haven't seen any of the reboots or anything like that. But
all right, what do we have left on the show tonight? And then I'm going to let you give us your pitch on the way out. All right, I just want to make sure we got we got the kindergartners. We got to get that. We haven't played that, so let's get that. Do you have? I think we have. Let's see that, and just seeing what else we're missing. I think we've covered everything else because I know you got stuff to do and I got Legos to build. The only other thing, you didn't see the Expanse video. Did you want to see the Expanse video? That's actually mine. You don't have to. We already covered it.
Yeah, sure. I'll watch it. Why not?
All right. I warn you, and this was pointed out to me by Tom. This is the 3 stories within an anthology. Okay. So it's going to be 3 different videos, but you can tell me what you think. So we'll do the Expanse, and then we'll do the kindergartners, and then we'll get out of here. And I'll let you go, and I'll close out the program. So here we go. Let me know what you think. Please don't raise your hand. Please don't raise your hand.
The Expanse presents Wolf and Fox. Former superhero lovebirds now turn cold with each other due to a painful divorce. Tasked to co-parent the city they both love. But the biggest challenge isn't the bad guys. It's fighting the desire to rip into each other. Now as Wolf crosses into Fox's territory, a toe-to-toe situation's about to go down. Check out Wolf and Fox and all the other characters contained within The Expanse by looking below at the campaign. While not much is yet known about this new superhero, the Influencer, what is known is that he clearly wants influence over social media, the residents of this lower income area that he's protecting, and that he likes the spotlight. It's a battle of brawn versus brain as the world's only superheroes manager, Jenna, has been taken by the Thinker, and time is running out. It's a mad dash to get to her before things get out of hand, and the world's only superhero loses his manager forever.
And that's it. All 3 videos from the campaign. I like to switch it up as I go.
Oh, that looks cool. I like the split up couple protecting their city. That's great.
Dude, they're gonna wind up on a couch, and I've gotten to exercise some demons and say some things I couldn't say otherwise. My son will read that and look at me, and I'll be like, "No comment, kid."
Oh wow, yeah. No, that's good though. That's why we create things. You gotta put that stuff out there. Trust me, I don't think there's a comic book out there that doesn't have a bit of angst, a bit of angst expressed in it for whatever reason. Yeah.
That's why we love comic books. We find our place in the comic book worlds that we associate with and feel released. That's why I call myself an escape dealer, because that's what I'm giving people with comic books, an escape from reality.
That's what people need. It really is.
What better way to end the program today for Backer Pause than to talk about kindness, or kinderness, I should say, from the hardest working man in comics, Victor Dandridge. Let's check out what they got going on. And remember, I'm going to give you a heads up. This is a 2-minute and 41-second video. So if you do raise your hand, that's understandable because it is two people talking, but they're going to bring the energy. Check it out.
I'm Victor Dandridge, the hardest working man in comics.
And I'm Justin Castaneda. I'm like pretty good at making I'm average speed.
You're really good at it.
Yeah,
Come
yeah,
on.
there you go. Yeah.
You're good at it. And we are the co-creators of Wonder Care Presents The Kinderguardians, which we are bringing for the first time to Kickstarter.
Yes, we are bringing the entire series, which includes a remastered version of Volume 1, which includes a new cover for the free Comic Book Day special, as well as introducing a new teacher, Mr. Tree. On top of that, we are introducing a whole new team, actually 2 new teams.
2 new teams, that's right.
In our
That's
Volume 2 trade, Try a Little Kinderness.
Yes. We're going to wrap up this series with a huge bang with one of our biggest adventures yet. And the last 3 issues are previously unreleased. So this will be the first and only way that you can get these stories to round out this epic series.
And on top of getting the entire series as a reward, you can actually get a bunch of additional rewards, such as sketch covers, a limited t-shirt, the What Matters story in a poly bag, as well as vinyl stickers.
We've got all the goodies for you guys. And if you love all ages friendly content, this is the project for you. This is for the kid in you, the kids you know, the kids you want to be, the one that still wears a cape and runs around the kitchen. This is that series. Wonder Care Presents The Kinderguardians. We're coming to Kickstarter, and we're looking for your support. We can't wait.
Yes, and we hope you back the project. Tell your friends about it. We're super excited to wrap up the series. It has been a almost decade-long journey for Victor and I, and we've really improved as storytellers and creators, and we are happy to share this with you. So give us your kindness, and we'll give you our kinderness.
Yes, kinderness for everyone. Try a little. You might like it.
Now the rest of that is bloopers. So I'm pulling the plug just because we're at already over an hour. So I don't want to get the pitch. What'd you think?
It looks like it could be fun. Maybe a little more interior art would have been good, just to see a little bit more of what the Kinderguardians are up to, what shenanigans they're trying to pull off, But I mean, it looks like fun. They definitely have a ton of enthusiasm, and it looks like a fun read.
And there's actually something on the campaign where you can check out one of the issues.
Oh, there we go. Well, wow, I stand corrected then. You can actually, get in there.
Yeah. So that's important. They don't mention that in the video. They don't say check this out, because this is really a connection. Jax is a big fan. He's got a couple issues already, so I'm already back in this. This summer's Kickstarters are going to make me go broke. I'm telling you, man. This season has had some great projects.
Oh, totally. Yeah. No, I hear you. It's tough. I just got Lady Death, and I just backed Zombie Tramp, and they're just, and a bunch of other smaller titles. It's just, there's just too much. It's too fun.
Yeah, Victor Dandridge's book, your book, that's $100 already gone. Thanks, guys. Thanks. Seriously, thank you guys for what you create. As a creator, I'm inspired by all of you guys. Like, you guys we're all peers, and we're seeing people out there making things and making all these amazing projects. It's amazing to be part of this. So I want to thank you for what you create, Kurt, because I see you you're out there. You're a positive person on social media. You're always very good to people like Victor. So it's a great way to end the day. So with that said, let's get into it. Talk to me. Why should someone back this? Give me that pitch.
Well, again, it's a supernatural thriller about the ghost of Cleopatra's top assassin living in the modern world. She wants to create a human identity for herself. She's learned to kind of make herself look solid, move things. She wants to become an archaeologist. She wants to find purpose, and after centuries of life as a ghost, she wants to rejoin the world of living, find purpose, and become an archaeologist. But she's bound by an ancient curse to a destructive demon named Sabanian. So that complicates things even more for her, and it's quite a ride. It's different, you know. It's bizarre. It's pretty intense, and you know, if you're a favorite, if you like a kind of like Constantine, Hellblazer, if you like Cullen Bunn, this is probably the title for you.
You like amazing covers too. This has some great covers. Well,
yeah, I've gone a little overboard on covers maybe because they're so fun. I mean, they're just. I love cover art, so can't get enough of that.
And yet you have some great creators working with you. Look at this. We'll leave it right here on the cover alley. Look at that. Amazing. I'm so proud to have you on the program today. Thank you for being part of it. We're going to wrap up real quick with 2 coming soons. Martha Schwartz has something coming soon, really soon. I don't know when it's launching. She hasn't gotten back to me. But Martha Schwartz, Seat Seeker's next story is coming out soon, and so is Epicenter. You can find all the amazing creators, including Kurt's, now on our BACKERPAUSE.com. Just go there. It takes you right to the list. This will be distributed through TikTok, as we've been live the entire time. So thank you, TikTok, for showing up. All of you on Twitter who leave messages and I can never retrieve them, I apologize. Like, I don't know, Twitter's just weird for me. And for all of you on Facebook who did share it, who showed up throughout the show today, I appreciate you all. And Kurt and Tom, thank you for making us bring back the videos and play BACKERPAUSE the way it was intended. We will see everyone in August. We'll be back with another BACKERPAUSE then. For now, go out there and support a creator, even if it's $1. $1 can make dreams come true. For now, we're signing off. We'll see you later. Any last words, Kurt?
Have a good one. Thanks so much for having me on.
Yep, that's it, guys.